Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hi, guys, another podcast with some really good news that I have. Basically, I'm gonna start right away because we have a lot of things to say, and I have a whole newsletter here from Triple Whale. Most probably this is going to be on the paid version that we're going to analyze on why we had bad results on March and how we can avoid it. But this is going to be towards the end of the podcast. We're going to start with some news and your questions, and then we're going to move lastly to that. That's what I planned for today. Also, I'm trying to be as fast as possible and efficient I can because apparently I started going to the gym and I have unlocked this nice feeling of going to the gym, so I will have to go also to the gym after that. So that's all. You learned also some news about me, and let's start. So before we even start, I would like to share with you something that happened the previous week. I just seen it. I have just seen it on my notes. I forgot about it. Basically, we had the meta reps, they're sending emails explaining that you can do this and that and that, and they do send these emails all the time. And this particular email, one guy named Chance actually did a mistake. When you're sending an email, you have the recipient and then you have the CC, which is that you can put another email also there but it's going to be visual to the others, that you're sharing this email with also the others. And you have the BCC, which is the hidden one. Basically, this person forgot to put it on BCC, all the emails of the people, because he sent this email to several people, and he did the CC only, which means that he leaked 600 emails of people that they are doing ads. Basically, what I'm trying to say with this is that these 600 emails are not just some random emails. These are emails that are being used by users as their primary emails for Facebook ads, like mine, for example, which was also leaked there. The problem is that I'm pretty sure that our emails now are being added to lists every day about Facebook ads, and it's 600 emails of people that not only they do have a profile with Meta on the business manager, but they do also spend, because if you have a Meta rep sending you mails, it means that you're also spending some money. And after that, and after some people saying, oh my God, you leaked our emails and all of that, we start having a roller coaster of spam emails, which was all about, hey, check my brand, hey, I'm doing Facebook ads, look at this, hey, I'm doing this and that. I also jumped inside and I said, since I'm getting spammed, I'm also going to share my YouTube channel with you guys over here. And it was actually funny on how Meta employees and Meta reps are doing their job. I guess not all of them, but the majority is just untrained people that they don't even know, in this case, how emails are working. And leaking 600 emails of people that they do Facebook ads and they have active accounts and they spend, it's not only valuable, but these people are now going to be spammed again and again from advertisement to whatever, because I could see that inside these emails there were also agencies, which means that now these agencies are going to spam these people. Anyway, the spam now is over. We are all forgetting this incident, and we will see. Next one. The biggest news is that I have seen some changes that I would like to share with you. Basically, the changes that I have seen is about Advantage Plus. I don't know if you remember, and if we have, if I have shared here in the podcast, there was this message from one Meta rep and actually good meta rep in this case. We have the option to allow list blah blah this brand for 2 new features with advanced plus campaigns. Let me know which one you want to choose to get access to first. Both will be rolled out to all advertisers by end of June. So we knew that these changes with advanced plus campaigns that I have seen in some of my other accounts that they have unlimited. By the way, guys, when I went to Meta in the headquarters in Dublin, I talked with a person there, and I told him, hey, why didn't you do more than 8 advanced plus campaigns? This is not what you're doing with 8 advanced plus campaigns per country is not okay. You should lift the limit. And he told me this is not even debatable, and we're not going to do it because you don't need more than 8 advanced plus campaigns, blah blah. And I'm really happy that not even 1 year later, just like some 5-6 months later, we have the situation that I was right, because even if you want to consolidate and you want to just do one campaign, you're not going to scale. I don't understand how consolidation works in their minds, that you just do one campaign and you just increase the budget. Okay, and if I want to do more creatives, I just remove the creatives that I have in my advanced plus and add new. This is so absurd, and I believe that from advertisers, from listening to others, from seeing it on their own, they have realized that this is not a viable solution. Okay, you have Advanced Plus. What if you do Advanced Plus a budget? Maybe even scale this campaign if you want to follow Meta about 20% and all of that scaling. But what about new creatives? What about other products? Why being limited in 8? For example, you have a new collection which is coming. You have another product, and you want to do 3 sets of different. You want to do post IDs, UGC content, you want to do videos, and you want to do also static images. How is it possible to be okay with 8 advanced plus campaigns? So I was thinking all of that, and I was telling to them that it's not okay to have 8 advanced plus, and they told me that this is out of the question, and you don't need more than 8 advanced plus, so they're not going to do it. I guess there are more people, more and more, that are telling them that they have to change it, so they did. Anyway, the mail here was saying that option 1 was expand limit of advanced plus campaigns per country. Instead of having the 8 advanced plus campaigns per country limit, you will be able to add as many advanced plus campaigns as you want. So I knew that it was coming. I didn't expect it so fast, because when was it? Maybe but in the previous week for sure, maybe Thursday or Friday, we had the we had this being changed in several other accounts, that now they can do unlimited advanced plus campaigns. Not all of them, which we have the answer over here. If you don't have unlimited advanced plus campaigns yet, you're going to be able to have them until the end of June. And this is the message that I have seen inside the Advanced Plus. It says in audience location over there, it says see updates, and says updates. There are no more campaign limits per country. You can now run more than 8 Advanced Plus shopping campaigns for any included country to maximize performance. We recommend only running the number of campaigns that are necessary to meet your business needs. You see that there is still a shade of saying that don't overdo it, don't do too many campaigns and stuff. But anyway, if you have a super professional account and you are running a lot of ads, I think that running a lot of Advanced Plus campaigns is going to be ideal for you to scale, so that you don't have to touch budgets, and you can just increase the number of Advanced Plus campaigns by differentiating with different products or different creatives, and actually being able to scale. So yeah, the other changes that we have before I close this subject is that we do have geolocation. For example, another thing which was really crazy. For example, you have a company which cannot advertise for legal reasons in Texas, Arizona, for example, okay, or in another state, in California state. Then you go and you cannot do Advanced Plus, basically because you have this issue, or you are doing Advanced Plus and you have to optimize only for purchase. What if you have a website which is having a custom event which is called purchase of frame, for example, okay, then you cannot use that. You were able to use only purchase event if you had it. So these changes are good for Advanced Plus. And now you can also do geolocation, so you can exclude in the same country different states or different areas. And I think that this is also good. Another thing that they said in the previous year that they are going to change, but I haven't seen it yet, is change the gender. For example, doing Advanced Plus campaigns only for men or only for women and stuff like that. Because sadly now, if you do have a brand about makeup, you have to target also men in Advanced Plus. Okay, your pixel is going to overcome it, but it's just a simple setting that I think that it's not necessary for all the brands just to have a trained pixel. What if you don't have a trained pixel? Anyway, these are changes that are going to help also new pixels as the time passes by to go immediately to broad targeting and Advanced Plus, because this is now the ultimate goal, I believe, of Facebook for the new ad accounts that they still struggle and they have to use interest and all of that to move eventually to Advanced Plus and broad targeting. Also, another thing is that they did the Advanced Plus audience now on the normal campaigns, on CBO campaigns, which is actually, okay, you can start with an interest, but we're going to expand it to broad. So everything ends up to broad targeting, okay? And this is the biggest deal over here, because the algorithm is so good that it can find people in broad targeting without you giving any direction based on your previous data. So they did the Advanced Plus audience for new accounts because it's proven, even if the meta reps are saying that you should do Advanced Plus or broad, whatever. The thing here is that I have videos that it's proving that the CPM is higher initially on new pixels on broad targeting, so you have to go to interests, and with that way you are able to train your pixel until you go to broad. So now I believe that the pivot between the old way and the new way is going to be the Advanced Plus audience, which still for me is not working really well, but I believe that it is going to work really well in the future, and it's going to be a faster way for you to go to broader audience. And if you are lucky, find a hot pocket that's going to be expanded to a broad audience, and you're going to keep it, and you're going to train your pixel so that you can start your Advanced Plus campaigns, which are going to give you lower CPMs and better chances of having better ROAS. That's all. Let's go, guys, to your questions. Hi, Konstantinos. Thanks. It works for me. I added 150 and suddenly Facebook raised my spending limit from 60 to 350 per day. Also, I do have a question. I want to create a new ad account, but have the limitation from Facebook for opening new ad account, as I do have already 3. Need your valuable advice for it. By the way, appreciate for your valuable channel. Thank you very much for the nice comment. Now, he's referring to one setting. If you don't know it, if you have a limitation initially $50 per day in new ad accounts, I haven't. One of my friends found and told me that you can go and you can increase the daily spending limit in the same way that he is saying to 350 per day if you go and you add prepaid funds. So if you go to your ad account settings, on the left side of the ads manager, you're going to see a sidebar. It's going to be there, ad account settings. In ad account settings, you are going to be able to find one setting there that it's the billing section. No, not in ad account settings, in the billing section. Sorry, in the billing section, you're going to find their prepaid funds. If you don't have it, I don't have another solution. You just have to keep spending until Meta decides to increase your spending limit. But if you have it and you add prepaid funds, then Meta is going to immediately increase your spending limit to 350 per day. Now, about the second part of the question, I haven't found any way of increasing the ad account limit. I think that 2 ways is by keep spending and becoming a good advertiser, because you are spending a lot of money with Meta, or by asking maybe on customer support if they can increase it for you, or the last one that I can propose is to verify your business which is also a difficult task. I have seen businesses operating with millions and not being verified. For some reason, Meta made this process really difficult. There is one more thing that I want to notice here, but I don't have it on my notes. Oh, there it is. Okay, I forgot about it. Guys, one thing that I forgot to tell you is that when they did the changes on the ad accounts for the Advanced Plus campaigns, if you go to your ad account settings, I just remembered it because I mentioned the ad account settings. If you go to your ad account settings, you're going to find this box which says Advanced Plus Creative. Your Advanced Plus Creative settings apply across all eligible campaigns for this ad account. Test new optimizations. We may show fewer than 5% of your ad impressions with new optimizations. This helps us improve our creating optimizations and increase performance for your ads. Basically, they are telling you that they're going to use 5% of your impressions to test new things. I unchecked this. I will tell you why, what happened. Basically, because I have access to many ad accounts and many catalogs, Meta, without asking, they just checked this box over here, which took me 2-3 hours to find out. And one of the things that it does is that if you have a static image or a static video, they can run also, so you have the static image, and below that they have a small carousel of different products which are coming from a catalog. The problem is that for some reason they went in one ad account and they took a catalog from another client, so they were running with a static image on the top, a catalog of someone else, which is unacceptable in my opinion, because okay, put this option over there for example, but just give another drop down menu for example to so that we can say which catalog you can use if you want to do that. I wouldn't be against that. So now I unchecked it from everywhere. I do find this a little bit stupid from Meta to do this kind of changes without asking or whatever. Even if it's 5%, it's still our money that we're spending. So you need to keep this on a place that it's going to be really obvious and it's going to be really visible and we're going to be able to see it, or you can ask people about it. Anyway, I was really pissed about that because you know, they always do changes on the ad account and stuff, and you're just chasing the next major thing that they're going to change or the next spooky thing that they're going to do in order to force you to do something that you don't want to do. Anyway, so be careful with this setting, especially if you're running ads for many clients. Go and check this setting. If you're just solo, you can leave it, I guess. It's going to be fine, but for freelancers that are listening to this podcast, maybe you have to go and you can check this option. Another thing that I want to say is that I realized that because someone sent a message to my client saying that blah blah, look here, there is a mistake and so on. Okay, you can do it. One thing that I want to say is that if you are going to a client, because this person was a freelancer, okay, trying to sell services about doing Facebook ads, this client is working for me for years, okay, and you come there and he says, yeah, this guy told me that because he thought that I will be angry with you and I will do it. Let's say that I was working only 1 month and somebody would send that. Going there and pretending that you're going to do everything correct and there are not going to be mistakes with Meta along the way, I think it's the most stupid way. Do you know why? Because the first moment that you're going to do a mistake with this client later on your own, then he's going to treat you in the same way. Let's say, for example, that he's firing me, okay? Because you are awesome and you went there and you just told them you found a mistake or whatever. Or you are doing it with, you send a message, for example, and you said that this is a mistake, and they said, okay, we will fire this person and we will hire you. What do you expect from these people with this kind of behavior? To behave well to you? No, they are not. In the first mistake that you're going to do, they're going to treat you in the same way and they're going to fire you. So I get it. If you're desperate to just get one job, to get one monthly fee because you have to leave your family, I get it. Do it. But if you're listening to this podcast and you are one of these people that you're sending messages and you're saying, hey, I have seen your ads, I don't like them and stuff. It's like when they send me messages, for example, they tell me, yeah, I have seen your short videos and I don't like them and stuff, and I think that you can do better and stuff. And I'm sending to one of these persons telling them, you're insulting my personnel. I do like my short videos, I do like my thumbs, and if I didn't like them, I was going to work it out with my personnel, not with someone random who is coming and is saying that your employees are not doing good job, fire them so that you can hire me. I think this is the worst pitch ever. And to be honest with you, the people that are sending me these messages, I'm also reporting them as scammers or spammers and stuff, because it's pissing me so much off. It's like you're asking from people to just sack other people from their jobs. And I think it's unacceptable. Not from an ethical standpoint, okay? But you know, who the are you that you're going to criticize the job of someone else? Okay, just go and do your job, or send a demo of what you can do so that the other person can decide. You cannot go and say, okay, fire this person so that I can do it better than him. Anyway, I find this a little bit of a cheap way. But if it's working for you, I guess keep doing it. But the quality of the people that you will get, that they are going to fall for that, they are the worst employers that you're going to have. Next question. Hi Konstantinos, you mentioned restarting the campaign on podcast 62. In what circumstances should we do it? Launched 2 new CBOs, one Advanced Plus and one interest with Crazy Method at the beginning of March. Results are not as expected. ROAS is 1.12, break even on 2. 4 weeks passed. Is it time to relaunch? Okay. One point over here, we are relaunching things that they have worked in the past. That being said, I need to clarify that when you have things that they have worked in the past provenly, that you have good results, you have, for example, 2.5 ROAS, so it's above your break-even ROAS, then you can take and you can relaunch it. Relaunch means that you duplicate something that is not working anymore and you duplicate it for the next day at 6 a.m. so that you can start all over again the optimization process. The thing is that in the first 24 hours, Meta is giving us better results because they want us to have sales so that we can continue having sales after that. So it's giving us the low-hanging fruit, the easier sales. So the situation here is that what's the point of relaunching something that never worked? Do you understand? So relaunching is a method that we do based on these technical things that I told you earlier, in order for us to revitalize something that was working and died suddenly. Also, relaunching is not something that you should always do. For example, if you have a campaign working for 8 months really well and it has 7 bad days, don't relaunch it, just be patient with it. It's going to recover. So yeah, in your case, I wouldn't do a relaunch. I would do a completely new campaign with other creatives, other strategy, other kind of targeting, whatever. Also, the Crazy Method that you did with one interest, was it an interest that has worked in the past provenly and with profitable ROAS? Because if it wasn't, you shouldn't have done a Crazy Method with this interest. Anyway, next one. Hi, at 1010 you mentioned the Blender method. Do you use Advanced Plus Audience here? So the Blender method is an old method that we used to use with a mix of lookalikes and interests and the expand button audience that we used to have back in the day. Now that we have the Advanced Plus Audience, I have started using again the Blender method, because basically the theory is that it's going to start from lookalikes, then it's going to expand to the interests, to the interests and the broad targeting, or maybe it's going to start with a mix of those two and expand to a bigger audience. So it has better direction. Yes, I do believe that now with Advanced Plus Audience that we have in normal campaigns, the new Advanced Plus Audience, Maybe we will start again using the blender method eventually. But I haven't done many tests, especially now that we are having the Advantage Plus campaigns, that we can do as many that we want. I think that we are not going to do so many CBO campaigns. I do believe that the whole game is transitioning to a situation that we will just do Advanced Plus campaigns, learn how to optimize Advanced Plus campaigns, because they do have their own way of optimizing them. And on top of that, focus more on creatives, I guess, for the more Advanced Plus campaigns, or use the other two methods that we're using. If you have an Advanced Plus with 10 creatives and one of them is not working, one of them is working basically and it's taking all of the budget, just remove it. And no, I'm not saying this right. So let's say that we have an Advanced Plus campaign which has 10 ads, and one of them is taking all of the budget profitably. This doesn't mean that the other 9 are not good creatives. So what you can do is, because Advanced Plus campaigns are dominant and so they're taking all of the budget in one ad or 2 or 3 maybe, what you can do is you can duplicate the campaign, remove the one ad which is the dominant ad, and leave the budget to the other 9 so that they can also have good results. I have one case right now which is really obvious that this is happening, and I'm thinking of relaunching, and if it goes well, I'm going to do a video to show you, because there's always a chance that it's not going to go well, and it was only this one creative that was working, but this is another discussion. And the other thing is to do crazy method Advanced Plus campaign, which also I have a video lately that shows how well it went. So I think that we are going more to Advanced Plus campaigns and doing only Advanced Plus campaigns, and we're going to focus more on that from now on and until the end of the year, instead of the other normal campaigns. The other normal campaigns most probably is going to be something that we're going to keep using only for new ad accounts, and eventually this is also going to stop. Hello Konstantinos, can you tell me if I started one CBO campaign with a budget of 100 and let it run for 5 days and the average ROAS for 5 days is 1.05, what is better to do next? Test new creatives in a new CBO campaign. I'm going to read all of this just to tell you why I added this here. Test new creatives in a new CBO with a 100 budget with all interests. Test new interests with a new CBO with all creatives with a 100% with a 100 and a 100 budget. Optimize the current CBO, turning off unprofitable assets and reduce the budget. Create a new CBO. I have a lead among creatives, only it is gaining sales. I started working one CBO, 10 ads, 7 ads. 7 ads per ad set, which is a lot. So a lot of times people send me messages and they ask me, what would you do in this case to optimize? What would you do in this case? What would you do in this case? The problem is that I cannot tell you how to optimize CBO campaigns without watching all of the data. It's impossible. It's like predicting the future. Most probably if I could do that, I would do another job like the stock market, predicting which stocks will do well and just do day trading. But the thing here is that sometimes there are... How is it possible for me to reply on all of that without watching your average cost per purchase? If you're having sales, your ratio between checkouts and purchases, your CPMs, your click-through rates and all of that. Guys, it's impossible to answer this. My answer to this comment is going to be, I guess, test all the things that you said until you find something working, you know. You just have to understand, and I know, to be honest with you, the people that have been to the channel for a long period, and the people that they make a lot of comments and I reply and stuff, I can see that they're getting better and better. Okay, maybe they start with 5, 6, 10 comments per week with different things and big questions and stuff. But I'm patient and I'm answering all of that because I can see from the previous people that they're just getting better. They just need some love and some caring and explain to them some things, and then they watch more videos, and they get better, which I have seen with a lot of people in this channel. Next one, but this is a question that I cannot answer. How long do you wait before optimizing a CBO campaign, assuming it's 100 daily budget with 5 ads and the target purchase cost of 20? So that's a decent question. There are basically the rule here is that in the first 48 hours, after 48 hours, you have to see if you can do a change. It doesn't mean that you have to do necessarily a change. In the first 24 hours, what we are going to watch is you're going to see if something really strange is happening, like one ad taking all of the budget with 0 results. If your CPM has skyrocketed comparing to the other to the CPM that you have on other ads. If you have a crazy cost per unique click, which is not even close to what you have on other ads. After 48 hours, you're going to start seeing, and you're just going to start observing. Also here you say target purchase cost of 20. You can want whatever you want, okay? And as I say, I want to lose also 20 kilograms in the next month. It's not going to happen. Not even now with the gym, it's not going to happen. So the fact that you have a target purchase doesn't say anything to me, because I meet people all day that they say, I want to have 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't care of what you want to have. What are you having in reality in your ad account is what I care, so that we can see if we can improve it or if it's going to drop while scaling and all of that. So the fact that you're giving me the target cost per purchase says nothing. So the rules are, I'm going to keep the rules in general. Now, if you're getting in average, because if you're going to tell me, and if I'm getting in average a cost per purchase of 20, it changes. So if you get an average a cost per purchase of 20 in this specific scenario, what I would do is that I would keep a close eye to the spend and to the ROAS that they're bringing, and also the ratio of checkout purchase in the first 24 hours. For example, in the first 24 hours, you want to see if your assets have spent enough money, for example 20 or 30 or 40, in order for you to see if they're getting sales on this amount, because you know that in your ad account you're getting an average cost per purchase of 20. So you want to see if they're overspending for no reason. Now, if something is overspending and it doesn't have any sales, you can close it. But before you do that, you have to check today also, because we are looking the last 7 days. When you're optimizing, you have to check today for a delayed reported sale. If it doesn't have, you close it. Or you have to see the checkout purchase ratio. For example, there are cases that we have 9 checkouts and 1 purchase. And when we go in the ad account, we can see that the normal ratio is that we have every 2 checkouts, 1 purchase. So over there, for sure, we're expecting another 4 to 5 sales, but they are not yet there. They are just delayed, reported later in the days. So over there you can be a little bit more flexible, and if you see that the checkout purchase ratio in this campaign, because it's new, it's not yet what you get in the average on the ad account, maybe you need to wait more. And after that, you check every day based on the last 7 days, and you just try to apply all of these rules along with all of the things that we have showed on CBO optimization, which is a very difficult thing, but good for you. We're going to have advanced plus campaigns soon only, so you won't have to be bothered all the time with CBO optimization, which was the most difficult thing of Facebook ads, and takes really long time to learn. Hi Konstantinos, if I had a traffic campaign and I stopped it, I took this post ID from the traffic campaign and passed into conversions campaign. Now instead of shop now, I only see the like button such as in the traffic campaign. How do I do this properly? You can't, because you have 2 different objectives. So when you're doing a traffic campaign and you're getting all the like comments, and of course you're doing a traffic campaign, which is, in this case I'm understanding you're doing a traffic campaign for likes on the page. this cannot be converting if you take the post ID to a conversion campaign. What it's going to do is that it's going to use exactly the same setup, trying to get sales. But this is not okay. It's the same thing as saying, okay, I'm going to do a post with this, I'm going to have a lot of comments and likes and everything, and with engagement ads, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to run it as a normal ad. Most probably it's not going to keep the engagement, because these are different campaigns with different optimization events. So yeah, you cannot change it, because the post was created as a traffic post for page likes. It wasn't created so that you can go and you can change this and that and that. The moment you have a post ID and you go and you change the copy, or you change something else into your ads, or you change the creatives that you're going to have into the different placements, because you can do that. If you scroll down in the ads and you can use a post ID, you can have different creatives for the reels and stuff. The moment you do that, you are losing the comments and engagement for all the changes that you have done. If you have done a change only on the creative, on the placement, then you're going to lose the comments on this placement. If you are changing the copy, then you're going to lose the engagement in all of the placements, and so on. Hi Konstantinos, I have watched a video of your crazy method and I'm very intrigued by this way of optimizing CBO. I have a question. Let's say you did an optimization on day 3 and day 4 the CBO campaign have bad ROAS. Do you do any optimization on day 4 as well, or you give it a few days after optimization for the CBO to stabilize before doing new optimization? Can't wait to hear from you. Of course, you can touch these campaigns every single day, but the biggest crucial thing in this question is that you need to understand if it worth your time to keep optimizing. Because if you're seeing that your leading ad, for example, is having 0.5 ROAS and your break-even ROAS is 3, and you're seeing that the majority of the budget is going there, either you have to close it so that you can shuffle the cards again, so that the budget is going to be distributed everywhere again, and try to re-optimize. But another thing is that you need to decide if you want to do that, if you want to spend the money, and if you see any light at the end of the tunnel, so that you can go and you can say, okay, I think that I can optimize this campaign. If you see that the campaign is really bad, maybe you should just close it and try something else that it's going to give you better chances to be optimized, instead of watching something that it's really difficult. A lot of times when I go to a point that I see campaigns that I feel that I cannot optimize anymore, or reach my goals at least, I'm just closing them and I'm just trying something else. Let's go to the next question. You said something that caught me in one of your videos about high competitive niches where CPM is high. You said eventually when you spend more and you get data, you will surpass most of your competition, like like new stores. I have store that has two products that uses obviously same pixel, but they have different audience. Would this work? Can Facebook understand what time the audience of each one, or what's the solution to overcome this? I thought maybe lookalike and then define the specific URL word in the URL, or use the videos words of each. What do you think? When you're trying to do lookalikes with specific URL, because you're doing a custom audience, that you're having a URL, that you're using a URL, all of these custom audiences with specific URL, or lookalikes with custom audiences that they have specific URL, at least for me, they have never worked, never. Now, in your case that you have, I'm not going to expand about competing with your competition and stuff, because these are discussions that, and these are things that I said about big spending ad accounts and stuff. If you're not spending more than 400K, 500K, 600K per month, then we cannot have this discussion about competing with your competition and trying to bully them and all of that. These are not discussions for there. Also, it depends on your niche. If we talk about makeup, there's no competition there. There are bigger players that you will never reach, and there are so many. The reason that I was talking about competition and bullying your opponents is because this was a specific product that not a lot of people have. There are specific stores and stuff, so over there you can actually quantify it. Now, the fact that you have two products, yes, Facebook can understand not the audience of each one of them. It can understand an audience that maybe it can convert for both of them, just to keep it like this. So most of the stores are working with best sellers, and your pixel is going to focus to the sales that it's getting the most. So basically, if you have two products and you're doing ads for both of them, but one of them is selling more, your pixel is going to become better on the product that is selling more because it's going to have more data. It's really difficult to train a pixel which is going to be equally good for all of the products or for all of the different niches that you have in the store, because you need exactly the same amount of data for all of these. But it's totally fine, because most stores are operating with best sellers, and 70, 80, 90% of the sales are coming from specific products or specific collections most of the time. Next one. Konstantinos, thank you for answering. Do you have a video that explains how to choose to continue with a product or stop and pass to another? If you don't have one, can you explain? Let's say you invest long time in a good website and do very good own creative, then you test how much budget you allow to take decision to continue and stop. And is normal that products to start losing, then when collect data they become profitable? It is normal for a lot of pixels and a lot of stores to be unprofitable at the start, and then with the pixel getting trained to get better. I do have a video which I'm saying how to start doing Facebook ads with a new pixel in 2024, where I'm explaining over there a situation with a brand where it was unprofitable and it became profitable on the third month, basically by spending. Initially, you are checking the CPM and you're checking. So a very good way for you to test if your pixel is trained or not is to do one campaign with broad targeting and one campaign with interests, and see where you are getting lower CPMs. If you're getting lower CPMs with broad targeting, of course, same interests, same creatives, of course. If you're getting lower CPM with broad targeting, then that means that you can just stop what you're doing, stop what you're doing with the interests, because that means that your pixel is trained. But initially, when you have a new pixel, when you do this test, most of the time, most of the time, you're going to get better results with interest, because your pixel is not trained yet and needs more direction. And I have a video over there that I'm explaining that and the different things that you need to see. You need to see, for example, if you have a ratio between checkouts and purchases, every 10 checkouts to have one purchase, that means that you have a problem in your checkout area and you have to fix it. So it's not only the things that we see within the Ads Manager, from CPM, cost per clicks, and all of that, which can, the only things that we can see is if our pixel is trained and if our creatives are good so that people can click. After that, it's on the website and the funnel. So over there, you have to see, okay, I'm getting 10 checkouts and one purchase. Then I have a problem on my checkout area. Then a mistake that most of the times people do is that they think that Facebook can fix everything, while Facebook is just a mirror of the reality, okay? If you are having a bad website which is not converting, nothing is going to save you from that. So on that case, I would like to say that you can decide if you are going to continue or stop, if you're going to read your funnel through the data that you're going to have in the ads. For example, if you're getting a cost per purchase, an average cost per purchase of $20 and your ROAS is 0.5, either you're going to fix your AOV, because you're getting, Facebook doesn't care if someone comes and buys something for 1 million or $1. It's still a cost per purchase. It gave you a client. So it's up to you to have good numbers and something that is going to make sense. For example, you might come to Facebook and you might have 10% profit margins. I can tell you that, which means that you need basically 10 ROAS, okay? I can tell you that this is extremely difficult, and unless if you're selling something which is super high ticket product. So there's so many factors to it, and I think that, to be honest with you, not Konstantinos or someone can teach you that effectively in 1 hour, in a 1 hour podcast. But most of the times you're going to learn these things by doing mistakes again and again and understanding how to interpret these numbers. But yeah, I gave you a framework of all of that. If you're getting $10 cost per purchase and 0.5 ROAS, most probably you will have to abandon it or find something else to sell, because it's not going to get better than that. It's not going to go to $1 just so that you can be profitable, cost per purchase, I mean. Next one, Konstantinos, do you recommend, in this case, focus my budget in the best product only to optimize the pixel towards it? It's the same person, as you can understand. Or I can still make 50-50 budget between the bestseller and the second bestseller. The second bestseller is more competitive, but has way higher market scale in long term, but I'm scared I'm wasting money if the pixel will focus mostly in audience of the bestseller. What would you do in this situation? I will try both, and I will just try to go based on the results, because what you're doing right now is that you're overthinking what is going to happen in the future. Just do campaigns, and if they're profitable, keep them. If they're not, close them. And the pixel is going to show you the way eventually and the results. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.